I think he's going for the kill confirm portion of the throw. He wants to put the pressure on them and make them feel unsafe because you got Bayonetta who's going to try and witch time you left and right with the double foxes. And you got the up tilts obviously coming in from Ryu. So even though he could die kind of early, he has those up throws to be able to solidify when they're at high percents. And it's on Town and City. However, so far, looking all red team, doing a great job of keeping them just juggled and not letting them get anything started.
One thing I will say about Mewtwo is that because he has this very slow double jump, it means that he might not be able to save his teammate as reliably when he's getting laddered by Bayonetta. A character like Fox, you know, he has all the hops in the world. He can interrupt that sort of thing. But Mewtwo, his double jump, it takes psychic powers, and you know, it takes a lot out of him.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm a relative hater of Mewtwo in doubles unless like you're really good at the character because he's just such a big target. But as we saw there, Sage proving me wrong as to why it's working, and actually Blue Team turning the situation around from a pretty bad start at the beginning, getting juggled, and taking the first 2 stocks.
Oh, that dash attack connected on one of them, but the other one was there to get a true Shoryu.
Yeah, perfect timing on the perfect shield as well to be able to get that kill. One of the good things about Mewtwo being in here, he does have those air dodges, able to get through, and you're not going to see Ryu chasing you too high in the sky, just mostly the Bayo. So that's pretty much all Sage has to worry about. Meanwhile, Odyssey still has to worry about this Ryu, and as we're seeing, a lot of focus from dekillsage is on the Ryu.
Oh. And you saw there, wow, a crazy turnaround. Despite the early lead for Blue Team, now they're down a whole stock. Odyssey, you saw, he tried to reach up there, interrupt that combo, but it was just the up air was barely unable to reach, and that meant that Sage dropped a really early stock.
Yeah, and as we're seeing here again, we're seeing Odyssey, he's trying to play the point so he can keep Sage safe and let him get set up and abuse them for being too aggro, but he hasn't been able to punish any of the aggressive approaches coming in from who is that? Roxas.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is, Odyssey's just overall mobility, the fact that he's able to, you know, get in and out of zones and save his teammate and put extra pressure is really working out for Blue Team. They have evened up the stocks, and I would even call this a lead considering that,
Yeah, they're slightly in percent lead, and it is Town and City, so one confirm off of Ryu. Speaking of confirms, just not in the favor they were hoping, and now they're forced down into the last 2 stocks here.
And that's already 78% onto Sage. And considering that he's Mewtwo and he is not going to be surviving that well, especially with the smaller blast zone on top. Okay.
Odyssey doing his best to try and control the space over on the right-hand side, but unfortunately dekillsage was getting juggled around by Roxas.
Yeah, so you saw there earlier that Sage threw the Shadow Ball and Roxas witch timed it, which meant he got invincibility frames, and the dash attack completely went through him. And I say that's because Sage hasn't been here in a while, and he was here during the time where New York had literally no Bayos. So I think he might not actually be that familiar with the matchup.
Well, he's been doing pretty well in another game, but you know who's still doing really well in this game? Odyssey. And Odyssey trying to get the regrab punish on Roxas. Unfortunately, Jen was able to make it back before he could do so.
Yeah, I've seen Odyssey do some crazy things in 2v1 situations. Right now, if he takes care of... wow!
Actually able to make it back in. Unfortunately, Jen couldn't get in position to get the up tilt beforehand, so Odyssey getting a second lease of life. Gonna get the punish with the up smash as well. And now we're forcing a 1v1 situation here. And he went digging deep, but he actually got out of the fair. Odyssey almost getting a charity stock from Jen.
Oh, and right now you can see that Odyssey, he's looking for those sorts of, maybe he doesn't even need it. The juggle's coming out really in spades. Gets dash attacked, and right now he is off stage, unable to reach him. These up tilts, the up throw, down throw. No, it's not going to kill just
down
yet.
Throw, not just yet. A little bit soon, a little bit closer to. Whoa! Oh, he gets the confirm. He gets the air dodge. What does he do? He doesn't punish him on the ledge, and Jen, forced into a bad situation, gets by the forward smash, and Odyssey bringing this back. But he he doesn't get anything off the up tilt. Odyssey just side being back in the stage, keeping himself safe.
Is that it?
The back air finally gonna get that kill.
And even though Odyssey couldn't take it, you see Sage pat him on the back, just like, dang.
It's like, hey, man, good job. He almost brought that back.
Yeah.
Not many people can come back from that kind of situation in deficit, especially when you have a Ryu on the other side of a Fox.
Especially, that was Jen's Ryu. This is not like some, Gen has been on the New York PR. He's absolutely solid, and that's a bad matchup to begin with. But Odyssey knew, like, I'm going to put on the damage. And when you're in that situation where you are at 0 and you still have a teammate and the guys, it's only one guy left, you're like, okay, all we need to do is play this right, and then we win. And then you don't play it right,
exactly.
and you start to panic. And
it's so easy to get real stressed out when you're in a 2v1 situation over somebody who's bringing it back and you're trying to converse with your teammate like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Meanwhile, it's Fox who gets in your face like that, so you can't really adjust quickly. And I think that's what happened on the left side and why Roxas lost his stock. And Odyssey almost made that comeback. So hopefully Roxas and Gen, if they get that situation again, can recuperate a little bit, play a little slower, and force the initiative, force his hand. Because you're already in the lead. You don't need to approach him. So why bother approaching? You're going to give yourself up for stock.
Okay, oof. Well, right now, we are seeing the double Fox. This is Sage's patented Fox. It's what made him one of the most lethal players in the New York scene until he decided to play another game.
We will talk about that in a little bit, actually.
Well, yes, no, absolutely, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Well, you know, we definitely expected this to happen after that first game. You know, the game plan was a decent idea, but it's just it wasn't good enough. And you just need to go with your tried and true. And as you saw, Odyssey was able to handle Gen even in that stressful situation.
One thing you'll notice that Sage is doing, he's getting so many grabs. And I remember he used to do this. Like, he was the Fox that would grab you because Fox scares you into shield so much. And he knows that. Oh, that was fantastic.
Oh, he actually saved him with
teammate.
the up tilt. Unfortunately, ended up losing his stock after. But that was very intelligent and able to still shield after all that. That's one of those plays that, like, doesn't get enough credit in the end game when you go back to talk about it. But that was so smart. All right, finally taking the first 2 stocks off of the red team here. Blue team putting themselves in a lead, but not very much because, as you can see, we currently have Odyssey sitting at 125%.
That being said, that means that there's a lot of rage on Odyssey. Neither of red team's characters are necessarily at death percent, but Fox's combos actually work really well with rage because it's boosted knockback. Is that going to be it? Oh,
unfortunately, Roxas actually ended up stopping that because that up tilt confirm could have definitely killed off of that broken shield. And so blue team getting a second lease on life there.
Yeah, right now blue team still managing to be in the lead, although, you know, Ryu right now is the one in red percent, and A, that's good for Ryu, and B, he does not drop stocks like Fox. Ryu is a beefy boy, and Fox is made of, besides he has metal legs, but they must be like aluminum or something.
I was actually trying to figure out how is he going to go about getting that kill there. I figured it'd be a down air, and I think because he might have been DIing out, that heavy kick pushed him that much further into the blast zone. So good, smart on Gen, but he also lost the stock right after. Roxas currently sitting at 100%. One hit, there it is, the up smash right on cue. And blue team putting themselves back in the lead.
Oof. And, okay, Sage is down by, so, like, if Sage goes down, we've already seen that Odyssey can really play the 2v1.
Yeah,
so
Odyssey
they have the lead. Not only do they have the lead, but even if they manage to, like, take Sage's stock, right now, I still think that, like, Odyssey might just be like, I'm going to hold on to this stock, and I'm going to beat you anyway.
As we saw, one of the stocks down now, and now we're forced into a situation where Odyssey's going to have only the 1 stock anyways. And dekillsage needs to be very careful. He's right next to Gen. As you see, he's fishing for that up tilt to get that kill. Roxas just running up, getting the 4th throw, opting to go actually for the recovery rather than 2v1 Odyssey. And Gen also needs to be very scared because if he misses one bad opportunity here, and that's a stock, there it is, the down air into the up smash, and now blue team with the 2v1 situation.
And Bayonetta definitely good in the 2v1, but against Fox, it's so nerve-wracking.
I was going to say, it depends on like the 2v1. When you have 2 fast characters against Bayo, you're forcing her to maybe press air, which time sooner, but doesn't matter. Got the back air, and now putting us back at 1v1.
Okay, and we've seen this once before. Before it was Odyssey versus Gen. Now we're having Odyssey against Roxas, reading the get up smashing, guaranteeing ourselves a game 3 here.
Well, when it comes to players who have progressed, not just with their character, but as just skill overall, Odyssey is one of those people who comes up in my discussions a lot over the past year in particular. His recognition of defensive situations and his ability to cover that much better in doubles now as well. He has just increased phenomenally over the past year. Very, very impressive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of funny. It's like old school New York Fox and new school New York Fox.
100%. Yeah, you got the OG with the dekillsage. Very much one of the big contenders of it. Dugan was another one.
Yeah, well, he wasn't NYC. He was New Jersey, right?
Again, like I said to Devin earlier, I'm going to be messing up people who are in NY and Jersey all day.
All right.
I try my best.
Honestly, Dugan is, he's neither at this point. All right.
I haven't seen him.
He was at Legend of Glentendo, but... and I think he did okay. I think he beat Venia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
oh, actually, yes, that's right. That's right.
Like pretty far for someone who was like inactive for like majority of the year,
Fox,
and then
man.
went back to the Shadow Realm. Dugan, come back. We miss you, man.
Return to the scene. Everybody who's away, who's currently watching, get yourself into these buildings, man. But right now we're on game 3, and blue team looking much more confident since they've swapped to this double fox.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That being said, one thing about the double fox is how glass cannon it is. Oh, but not quite glass enough, as he's actually surviving right there. And once again, we have so many of these close calls, but everyone is in the red right now, and whoever takes this first shot it'll be a huge play.
Yeah, you know, this game 3 here, with how close it's all been, it's living yet again. And Roxas actually digging too deep and died, and dekillsage able to make it back.
Yeah, that's one thing that dekillsage does. If he sees that you're going to go for some type of edge guard that will not outright kill him, he sometimes just takes the hit and then jumps back. Like, you know, because people forget that Fox has his jump sometimes.
Yeah, you anticipate the side B or the up B like immediately. Like, nah, he can stall for a little bit out there. He does have the shine. Odyssey's actually not going to eat a hard punish there. Only getting a Hadouken, unfortunately, is Jen. And doesn't get the kill off the up air either. The blue team somehow living still.
Wow, and now we're looking at like tons of red percent on blue team, but neither one of them have dropped a single stock.
Yeah, dekillsage looking Superman. See, that's how you do it. Just run right into Shoryuken. And
Odyssey went out of his. Well, that was Odyssey. I think he went out of his way to get hit by that. It's just like, take me with you.
It's like I'm not liking all this red on me right now. But you know, it's all right. They do have Roxas currently at 100%. So even though they both lost that stock.
Roxas at 100% is actually super scary. Never mind.
See, that's the only reason why I said that, because blue team has done a good job of confirming kills on Roxas throughout the set.
Yeah.
Now, if Roxas could get a little bit better at the stock taking in defense and let Jen take point, then it might work out for them in this game 3. But almost getting a friendly fire team kill as well. Luckily, Jen was able to make it back.
Yeah, and this double Fox team is now looking crispy. Just been getting more and more consistent over this game 2 and game 3. And oh, wow, what a beautiful Shoryu. He ends up losing his stock for it, which it's hard to say whether it was worth that trade. If they can manage to take Sage's stock right now, then they're looking in a good spot. But if they take more damage, you know, as we said before, Roxas has a lot of percent on him, and they've been confirming so consistently.
Yeah, Roxas needs to get one of those Bayonetta steal kills off the top. Get an early confirm. Unfortunately, has not been able to. But that's one good way to do it. And now we're looking at dekillsage with a fresh stock, and Odyssey luckily making it back as well. So this game is still very much not out of reach. We've seen multiple times that this has gone down to the 1v1 situation.
That was amazing. And once again, we see dekillsage getting those grabs. In singles, Fox's grab is, you know, like 7% in mediocre stage positioning. But in doubles, it can just set up perfectly for your teammate.
Exactly. The positioning was right where he needed it to be. And as we're seeing, Jen having a hard time landing, gets called on the air dodge. Waited all the way to game 3 to pull that out. And Odyssey and dekillsage get to get the reversal and go 2-1 over Jen and Roxas. That was a hell of a set.
That was crazy. I really enjoyed that. And they're going to be moving on in bracket. I think that they're going to be fighting Light and Mr. E.
Yep, they will be.